I got another boat. I can't help myself. I did it again, but this time it was free. Kind of. It's been sitting in the yard for years and years and years, and I inherited it from one of my biggest fans. So here's the whole story, and let's see if we can get this thing running this time. Hey, so welcome to my Flying Wheels YouTube channel. My name is Craig from Flying Wheels. This right here is a BassTracker boat. Now, I live on a small pond, and a fan of mine, one of my biggest fans, Rob, you know who you are, so thank you so much, kind of gave me this boat. So it was his father-in-law's, and then he inherited it. He used it a few times, and then it kind of sat in his yard and just sat under some trees for years and years and years. So when I say it was free, it wasn't really. I mean, I traded him some tires, I did some brake work for him, so I probably did like $1,500 worth of work on his truck, and I got the boat. Now, was that a fair trade? I really don't know, because I haven't heard the thing run. So I had to go pick it up from his yard last fall, and then I parked it in my yard. So it was sitting in his yard for 3 years. Now it's been sitting in my yard. I haven't even heard the thing run. But today I'm gonna get it going on it. I have some free time. I wanna see if I can clean it up first of all, and then if we can get it running, and then I wanna see if it floats. So here's the boat. You can tell by the registration that it was last registered in 2014. So it hasn't been run in at least 6 years, or at least registered in at least 6 years. You can see that it's been sitting uncovered, covered in pine needles and all kinds of other things. The engine did have a cover on it, luckily. The vinyl is in okay condition. Has the GPS down there. I wonder if it works. Let's see what year this thing is. So if I go down here, there should be a hull ID. Let's check. I think it's a 98. I mean, the trailer alone's gotta be worth 600, right? And then I have a boat that hopefully floats, an aluminum hull with no cracks, no breaks in it. The decals are in good shape. It's a 17.5-foot fishing boat. I don't know. Could be kind of cool if it runs. So I have this thing hooked up to my truck. I'm gonna bring it back to my shop today. I'm gonna clean it first, then see if we can get this thing running. He's staring right at me. They look angry. Whoop, 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 whoop. All right, I have it pulled out of my woods. It's been, look at this. Okay, I have it pulled out of my woods. Now, it's been almost a year since I've actually inherited this thing and parked it back in my yard. So you can see right here is the rotating tongue on the trailer, which is desirable because it means you can fit it in a garage because that just pivots to the side. Let's flash back to a year ago when I first got this thing. Here is our newest project. We took it in on barter, so I didn't pay for it and the customer didn't pay for service work. He got brake pads and rotors all around his pickup truck. He got 4 brand new Pirelli tires mounted and balanced with a 4-wheel alignment. So about $2 grand worth of work. And I took in his boat that hasn't run in 3 years. What do you guys think? Good deal? Not a good deal. Let's give you a walk around. 50 horsepower Merc, outboard, fishing boat. You'll see the leaves everywhere. Mildew, mold everywhere. Seats, not in bad shape. Some pollen, some nastiness. Carpets, fair condition. A couple rips on the edging, not so bad. That's not something I'm gonna replace, but I could put something over the edges, I guess. Does have the trolling motor, and I guess this is the accelerator for it. I don't know, I'm not really a fishing boat guy. And then you can tilt your engine in the rear from here. The seat was pulled out a little bit, so that's gonna have to be replaced. Is it what do you guys think? Keep them the way they are, or do I go to like Bass Pro Shops and replace all 4 seats? I think there's 5 seats because there's a seat in the back as well. So this is the boat. I don't know, as long as I can get the engine running, I think it was a good deal. I can use it in my own little pond until somebody wants to buy it. Tow the kids around on a tube. It hasn't run in about 5 years, and we're in New Hampshire, so things freeze. I don't know anything about this boat. I just know that I like boats, despite the fact that I have bad luck with boats. So I'm gonna take this thing back to my shop, clean it up, try to get it running, see what it needs, and also see if we can make any money on it. I don't know what this thing's even worth. Am I gonna win, or am I gonna be in over my head on this boat? Let's take an intermission to show off my new toy, 2013 Victory highball with 7,000 miles. I actually bought this bike in California 2.5 months ago, but because shipping and transportation is so difficult right now, it took almost a month and a half for it to arrive in New Hampshire from California. So last year I didn't really have much time for the boat. I kind of just parked it in my woods and left it. So now I'm gonna get going on it. First, we're gonna drain all the old fuel because who knows how old it is. Then we're gonna do plugs, wires, coil, go through the whole boat and see what it needs to actually get running. Bringing the old boat back to life. This is what it looks like before. So check this stuff out. We drained the gasoline out. I've never seen gas this color, and it smells god awful. Looks like apple juice. It's so old. I wonder if it's still even flammable. Boom shakalaka, I guess so. And I have like 7 or 8 gallons of it. What the heck am I gonna do with that stuff now? So this is a 2-stroke 50 horse Mercury. We did plugs, coils, wires, new oil, new fuel, new battery. Prime it a couple times. All right, let's crank it over. Don't run it too long. We don't have... Oh, that's great. One more time. Grease the bearings. Check the tire pressure. Now we're power washing the hull. Okay, so this is the maiden voyage. All right. We're going to drop it in at the dock and see if it runs. Let's go check it out. Well, worst case, I can tow this out with my four-wheeler because I'm only going straight. Hang on, let me fill that rut in. You want to back up a little bit? Oh my goodness. Gotta love electric vehicles, that's insane.
Dad, you need to get a golf cart.
We do need a golf cart now. Go. Ooh, good cartwheel. Good spin. So here's our problem. The thing I think will run, but I can't get the trim down. I can't trim it down. Before you all say it, I know the trim is not locked in place. The engine's not locked up. The lock is out. I'm getting nothing when I trim it down. Look out, guys. So I also have a trolling motor with a pedal and an accessory. So if I plug it in, obviously I have the accessory on in the boat. It'll rotate with just a foot pedal. And then here is your accelerator, but nothing happens. All right, so day 2, back on the boat. I found out that this motor doesn't work. There's no power to that motor, so I don't know if it's a switch or what. So what I did do is drain the hydraulic fluid from here into an oil pan, and I got the engine to trim down manually. So it's down. So now we're gonna go to the lake and see if we can get the thing running. All right, let's see what happens. I feel good about it, guys. Little ether never hurt anybody, right? Don't do this in your 2 strokes.
This is floating on. Hi, Daddy.
We're running. Oh, it died. Wish me luck. Oh, don't die, don't die. Okay, it's not dying. Ah, it died. Dang. We're running. We're idling. We're reversing. Shoot. So the thing hasn't been steered in 4 or 5 years, so everything's tight. I didn't even think of that. So at least I can go forward and reverse. All right, so we have the boat running. Good news is with the accessory on, I have some power to the front now. So I think, guys, watch this, ready? I think look at it. My trolling motor works. So I figured out the trolling motor. Back is left, forward is right, and this would be the accelerator right here, that button. And now we're in. Still no hydraulics to the power steering, but I do have a trolling motor, and all I can do is forward and reverse while my wife wants to go home. So I'm calling it quits again for another night. So the boat is fixed. Check this out. Push this button right here, engine goes up and down. Push this button right here, engine goes down. Push this button right here, engine goes up and down. So that's exciting. So now I know that the boat runs, I know that the engine goes up and down, and steering turns. There we go. And if you look right here, tilt motor, tilt tube, nuts. I spent almost $800. I spent almost $800 to get this thing going. So I'm into it for plugs, battery, another $800 plus our labor. So I'm into it plus, I don't know, I got to be into it for like $2,500. But what the guy at the marine store said is this thing should be worth $6,500 at an easy sale. I hope so. Well, I caved. I'm going to do some carb servicing. So you can see here that I got the carburetors off already. I have the hardware here. And when I dumped the bowls out, it was like bright green old fuel. It was pretty disgusting. So I just have them sitting in some fuel treatment now to kind of break everything up. I unfortunately don't have an ultrasonic cleaner, but I'm going to clean everything up with a toothbrush and some carb cleaner and see what we can come up with after this. So do I know how to clean carburetors? No, not really, but I can figure it out. So I'm going to pull them apart, and you can even see in here how green everything was. It's just nasty. So just what I can do with my capabilities should make a huge difference. I'm about an hour in. Carburetors are done and they look great. I also replaced the floor and the pedestal here. The seats were in pretty good shape after just a good cleaning. There are a couple stress cracks, but I'm just gonna leave them the way they are because they are in pretty good shape. All I have to do is fold them down for storage, and they actually buckle here on each seat to keep them down. Comes with the fish finder here as well as one up front. Bilge, aerator, accessories, navigation lights. The boat is actually pretty clean now that it's finished. After power washing everything, you can see that all the mold and mildew came out. It does have the live wells. There's a bunch of compartments on it. The tilt works. So we ended up having to replace the tilt motor right here. So now the tilt goes up and down from here. And the switch up here was short-circuited. So I fixed that too, and now it works. After a good vacuum and a power wash, the carpet wasn't really in that bad a shape. You can see it's kind of worn on the edges, but it's really not worth replacing for its year, so I'm just gonna keep it the way it is. So all in, I'm into it for about $2,500 if you take into consideration the tires that I did, the brake job that I did, plus the trim motor and all the work that I have into it. I'm into it for about $2,500. And I was told I should be able to sell it for around $6,000. It's getting a little late in the year. And to be quite honest with you, I kind of just like this boat. If it's the perfect size for my pond, I might just keep it for myself. So let's go do one last lake run and see how it works out. Success. We have the boat running. We have the tilt working. We have the steering engaged. Put on your life jacket. Let's go for a ride and see how this thing handles. Oh, don't shut off. We're moving. I feel good about this. All right, go ahead first, mate. You can drive. This is great. And we have a boat. And this is why I like boating right here. Not a bad view. We can do some fishing if we want. All right, so long for now, everybody. Thanks for watching my boat story. Boat volume 5 or 6 or something. I'll see y'all later. If you haven't subscribed, why not? Subscribe down below. What are you waiting for? I'll see y'all later. Adios.